Hello, hello, and welcome to episode 207 of the Compassionate Cucumbers podcast. I'm Christine.
And I'm Sam.
Here's what's coming up in today's show. In this week's Y-Files, could sunflowers be the future of vegan meats?
In our Noteworthy segment, Miyoko Schinner is trying to buy back her vegan creamery.
And in our main topic, we discuss the hidden mental toll on animal farmers. But before we get into all of that, we wanted to remind you that if you have the means, please donate to your local food banks and food charities. And money is really always best so that they can buy what they need and get the things that they need the most. Also, locally, Hoodies for the Homeless is still collecting gently used winter coats and warm clothing, and you can drop those donations off at Wellness in the Village at 13219 Broadway in Alden, New York.
And for all of you living in college towns, I want to encourage you to investigate what college campuses may have going on in terms of supporting their students who are dealing with food insecurity.
Right.
So, for example, at Fredonia, there is a student food pantry where students can go, show their Fredonia ID, and get some groceries for the week, which is really fantastic. They've also started a thrift store on campus for students, and they are, of course, taking donations of gently used winter clothing to help out the students who may be struggling in this challenging economic climate.
Yeah, a lot of people are struggling with the advent of the situation with SNAP benefits, and people that work for the government or either being furloughed or working without pay. So there are a lot of people out there that need help to make ends meet.
Yes. So if you have the means, please do what you can to help those in your community who are perhaps less fortunate.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, so what have we been up to? Well, I have on my outline here that soup season is upon us.
It is.
And we have been making a lot of soups.
Well, Christine specifically has been making a lot of soup. I will fully admit that I have not made a soup thus far. I'm sure that will change as we get into, for example, we have our November break coming up in about 2 weeks, which I'm very excited for. And I could see me making a good soup during that time. But
there you go.
Christine has really been the soup maker.
I've been kind of on the soup train,
which I just absolutely love.
Yeah. And we just got our first snow of the season.
We did just yesterday and into today, our very first snow. It's supposed to warm up tomorrow and through the rest of the week, but we have officially had our first snowfall.
And it was pretty well lasted.
It really was.
Yeah. So we're coming to you on Wednesday
instead of Tuesday.
Yeah. And if you are a member of our mailing list and got the newsletter, you may have already known that we were going to be a day late. And here is why. We have a little bit of a story.
It's a bit of a story.
Yeah.
So this Sunday, we went down to Pittsburgh to see our niece Lucy in her high school production of The Addams Family.
It's a great show. If you ever have an opportunity to see that show, regardless of whether it's a high school performance of it or not, it's a really fun show.
It is.
Yeah.
Super, super fun. I mean, seriously, the opening song, When You're in Addams, is just kind of a little encapsulated piece of perfection.
It really is.
It's hysterically funny.
And it sticks with you.
Sticks with you, exactly. It's a definite earworm. So highly recommend. It's a really, really cute show.
So fun.
So anyway, we went to the Sunday matinee, and that was because the rest of the weekend, my dancers here at Fredonia were doing their fall concert.
Yeah, the Marin's Fall.
The Marin's Fall Chamber concert,
which on my outline apparently was auto-corrected to Merlin's Fall concert.
And so when I'm reading the outline, I'm asking, who is Merlin?
Who is Merlin?
And what fall concert are we going to?
What's this concert we're going
I'm
to?
I'm confused. Anyway, we
I
digress.
would totally go to Merlin's fall concert.
Yeah, me too. If Merlin showed up anywhere, I'd be there. But
me too.
But anyway, since we had that commitment, we had to wait and go and see Lucy on Sunday.
Yeah.
And so we drove down Sunday morning. We saw the show. It was delightful. Lucy was fantastic. It was really hysterically funny to see her as Thing.
Yeah, the hand.
She was for a one particular scene.
Yeah.
She was Thing, the hand that comes out of the box, which was great. It was just completely awesome. And so after the show, we and my brother and niece and sister-in-law went out to dinner.
Yeah, we hit up a Mad Mex there.
We did.
Yeah, in Cranberry, Pennsylvania.
Had
a good meal there.
What did you have?
I had the Mad Mex burrito, which is a burrito where you can choose your protein. And of course, I chose tofu.
Yep.
And then they have vegan cheese and they have vegan sour cream, which I did. And it was delicious. It's rice and beans and tofu and some veg. I think there's peppers and onion and stuff in there. And if you've been to a Mad Max, you know their burritos are like the size of your head.
They're pretty large, yeah.
Yeah. So I had that and ate half of it and took half of it home to have at a later time.
Yes, and I had their roasted veggie bowl, which is probably my favorite thing that they do in the fall and winter specifically. I was really happy to see it back on the menu. So this is farro and peppers and onions and roasted cauliflower and roasted Brussels sprouts, avocado, vegan sour cream, vegan cheese, all kinds of wonderful things on there. It was really delicious.
I think we've mentioned before that it is a huge bowl.
It is a huge bowl.
Yeah.
So I maybe ate about a third of it and brought the rest home and had it for lunch yesterday, which was really, really great.
Yeah.
So anyway. Yes. So we finished dinner and we get into the car and it's kind of spitting somewhere between rain and snow.
Yeah.
And we get on the road and we drive up 19 a ways until we can find an exit to get us onto 79 to bring us back north.
Yeah.
And immediately as we get on 79, I realize this is not a good scene.
This is a mistake. It's rainy and there's all kinds of spray coming off of the trucks going by and neither one of us can see at night when we drive.
And for me, it's so strange because I think it's a function of my progressive lenses.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have this trouble before
the
progressive lenses. So there's got to be something about that.
Yeah,
that
I don't know.
Impacting my night vision. But it's not that I can't see. It's that I get glare off of everything. Headlights, taillights, street lights, the road if there's moisture. So if it's raining or snowing.
Right.
And the road is slick at all. And then, of course, semi-trailers going by throwing up all kinds of water and all of that. I could just not see a gosh darn thing.
Yeah, so we're like, do we do this for 3 hours? No. So I texted Owen, I'm like, would it be okay if we turn around and stay at your place? Because it's really nasty out here and we're having a hard time seeing.
Yes.
And he called us back and said, yeah, turn around. So
yeah, because Christine taking over at the wheel is not an option because Christine can't drive during the day, much less at night.
I can drive during the day, like around town and stuff, but I hate highway driving.
Exactly.
So, now that I'm an old lady.
Right, exactly. So my life is just an encore of driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes. So anyway, we head back to Owen's and very, very gratefully stayed with him and with Lucy that night, which was great. And we got up early in the morning because Lucy is out the door for school by 7.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy. I don't remember school being that early.
No. It's too early.
I agree.
It's too early.
It's too early.
What kid is ready to learn at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, seriously. So anyway, we were out the door by 7 and the weather situation was much better, even though it was a little bit snowy.
It was daylight.
And all was well. So no worries. So we're heading back up 19 to get on to 79 and head home.
Yeah, we get like 30 minutes away.
Mm-hmm. And we get a call from Owen.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Well, I'm looking at Sam's phone here, sitting on my counter, like he forgot your phone. And he was nice enough to drive it to where we were instead of making us turn around once again. So, yeah, it was a rocky start.
It really, really was. So, yeah, we found ourselves at a get-go in Cranberry, and we waited there for Owen to come bring my phone, which was so kind of him, and we're very, very grateful. And then, finally, we got on the road.
I know. I'm like, we're never going to get home.
And we had a relatively incident-free drive home until we were about 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
And then we got stuck behind a salt truck
Yeah.
that was not salting the roads.
No, he was just going really, really slowly.
He was just going about 25 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And it was just driving me crazy because
I
we
don't know.
were so close.
I don't know if he knew he wasn't dropping anything,
I
or
don't know.
if he thought he was and he was out. But yeah, we were behind him for a good 7 or 8 miles.
Oh, easily.
It was pretty frustrating considering we were already tired and just wanted to get home. It was like, we can't get home. We can't get home.
Yep. And so we finally got home, and I had a couple of meetings that afternoon. And fortunately, because of the concert over the weekend, we had given our students a day of rest.
Yeah. So no
movement classes. So
yeah.
I didn't have to teach my 2 morning classes, but I did have meetings in the afternoon. Fortunately, both of them were on Zoom. So I just stayed home and did the 2 Zoom meetings. Yeah. But I finished the second one at like 3:00 or so. And Christine just comes and looks at me and goes, "You want a podcast tomorrow?"
We were both just so exhausted. Exhausted.
So anyway.
Yeah. So thank you for being patient and waiting until Wednesday for the new episode. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Well, let's just jump in.
Let's do it.
Let's look at this week's Why Files. This comes to us from Science Daily. Sunflowers may be the future of vegan meat. Sunflower flour emerges as a sustainable, nutrient-packed, and surprisingly meat-like plant protein innovation. Researchers at the Institute of Food Technology and the University of Campinas in Sao Paulo, Brazil, working with colleagues from the Fraunhofer Institute in Germany, have developed a new type of food made from sunflower flour that can serve as a substitute for meat. So the process begins by extracting oil from sunflower seeds. To make the resulting flour safe and digestible for humans, the outer husk and certain phenolic compounds must first be removed. These elements normally give the flour a darker color and make it harder for the body to absorb nutrients effectively. Researchers prepared 2 variations of the meat substitute. One was made from flour derived from roasted sunflower grains, while the other used textured sunflower protein. Both formulations were enhanced with tomato powder, spices, and a blend of sunflower, olive, and linseed oils to improve flavor and nutritional value. The team shaped the mixture into small burger patties and baked them. Then they conducted sensory and physiochemical tests to evaluate the product's texture, flavor, and composition. Results revealed that the version made from textured sunflower protein had better consistency and higher levels of protein, along with healthy fats such as monononsaturated fatty acids. It also contained impressive mineral levels, providing 49% of the recommended daily intake of iron, 68% of zinc, 95% of magnesium, and 89% of manganese.
Wow.
Those are great numbers.
Those are great numbers.
The study supported by FAPESP focused on sunflower meal because sunflower oil is already widely used in Europe, and sunflower cultivation is steadily increasing in Brazil. Another advantage is that the plant is not genetically modified, making it an appealing ingredient for consumers seeking non-GMO options. Sunflower flour also offers a valuable source of plant-based protein, aligning with the growing global demand for sustainable and environmentally friendly food choices. Maria Teresa Bertoldo Pacheco, a researcher at Ital's Center for Food Science and Quality and lead author of the paper published in Food Research International, explained that removing the husks and phenolic compounds gives the flour a neutral flavor and aroma. It should be noted that after removing the husks and phenolic compounds, the flour has a very neutral taste and aroma, especially compared to the various vegetable proteins on the market, she said. Pacheco also highlighted the favorable balance of essential amino acids in the flour, which adds to its nutritional value. From a technological standpoint, she noted that creating a fibrous structure through processes like extrusion is key to achieving a product with a more authentic meat-like appearance and texture. Pacheco emphasized that research contributes valuable insights for maximizing the use of sunflower cultivars while encouraging appreciation for their nutritional benefits. She also praised the collaboration with German researchers, noting that the partnership fostered technical exchanges, knowledge sharing, and the opportunity for students and scientists to work together. So this is exciting.
This is exciting.
I wonder if any of this will ever come to the United States.
Well, I certainly hope so. I mean, this kind of innovation is really important.
Yeah.
And of course, we're always looking for viable, sustainable meat replacers.
Yeah.
And this is very, very interesting. I know I would love to be eating a protein that comes essentially from sunflowers.
Yeah, especially given those statistics as far as its nutritional value.
Hello, exactly.
49% of your recommended daily intake of iron, 68 of zinc, 95 of magnesium, and 89 of manganese. Those are great numbers.
That is, it's incredible.
So, yeah, I really hope that this catches on and that vegan meat producers maybe take a stab at creating products with this, because this is really kind of cool.
It is. It's great.
Very cool. Let's move on to our Noteworthy segment. Now, this is a transitioning story.
So this came to us from Veg News just a few days ago on November 6th. Back in February 2023, Miyoko Schinner separated from the brand she had spent nearly a decade building. A press release announced that Miyoko's Creamery was entering a new stage of growth without Schinner. Later, she told Veg News that she had actually been removed from her position months earlier. Fans were devastated to learn that Schinner was leaving the beloved dairy-free cheese brand, but there may be hope on the horizon. Schinner has now revealed to AG Funder News that she is assembling a bid to buy back Miyoko's Creamery. "I believe I'm the best person to be the face of the brand," she told AFN. "I've got some values-aligned people with whom I am talking right now, and we are hoping to put something together very, very quickly." She clarified that if the bid is successful, she would once again own the brand, but she would not return as CEO. Instead, she would oversee the appointment of a new leader and drive the company back toward success. "I feel I can bring excitement back to the brand and fulfill its promise to help create a better food system for all stakeholders, people, animals, and the planet," Schinner told Veg News. "Success would be working with good teammates, creating a business model that is less top-down and more lateral and equitable, being able to make a living, being happy, and inspiring others to be their best selves in changing the world," she added. So why did Miyoko Schinner leave Miyoko's Creamery?
Yeah, we talked about this when it was going down.
Yes, we did. Schinner founded Miyoko's Creamery in 2014 with a mission to transform the vegan cheese industry by making high-quality dairy-free products using traditional techniques. Through the brand, she developed items like cultured cashew-based cheese wheels and pourable liquid mozzarella, and consumers loved them. But as Miyoko's Creamery grew, things became more complicated. Her exit was rocky and several lawsuits followed, though they have since been resolved. By late 2023, Schinner confirmed in an exclusive interview that she was doing well. "I had more than my share of monsters over the past year, but I can say that I've learned so much. I feel that I've gotten back to who I am at the core." Now, with Miyoko's Creamery facing financial struggles, it has entered an assignment for the benefit of creditors process, meaning the company must sell. There's an opportunity for Schinner to return to where she started, but with a new focus.
This article is very kind to the current owners of Miyoko's by not saying what really happened was that they forced her out of her very own company in a terrible way and made some pretty nasty accusations about her stealing recipes and all this other stuff. But we were glad that all got worked out. And now when Miyoko's found out that they were having to liquidate, she had like 72 hours to put together a team of people and investors that would help her to make this bid on her former company. Unfortunately, she didn't get the bid, so that's sad news.
That is.
And I'll read you a statement that Miyoko's posted on her social media less than 24 hours ago. "I didn't get it. The company that bears my name went to someone else with a higher bid. While they may have deeper pockets, I may have deeper connections with the community. At the end of the day, I'd rather take that to my grave than a pile of money. So thanks to all of you for your heartfelt support." I also have to give a shout out to my friends, family, and small angel investors who believed in me in 2014 and put their money in an idea to get it off the ground. They all lost their money. This is the sad story. Those who invested at the beginning, generally ordinary people, are the ones who risk the most because the idea of the company is literally only an idea at that time. Professional investors wait until there's a proven track record to reduce risk. I'll take a moment for mourning, but then I have to get back to work. Rancho Compasión, a farmed animal sanctuary's 10th anniversary gala, is this Saturday, and I am busy preparing and cooking for it. And then I have to start promoting the international tours I've arranged for the next year. Japan, Tanzania, and India, all vegan, all insider track trips focused on traditional culture and food systems. Yeah, so go to miyokoschinner.com/travel if you're interested in traveling with Miyoko, because they look like a really good time.
It sounds fantastic.
Yeah. She goes on to say, I'd love to have you join me. Honestly, I hate promoting myself on social media, so it's been a push to get these trips out there. Please sign up. I'm also fortunate to still be teaching a plant-centric food systems class at UC Berkeley, something that keeps me very grounded. Love working with Brittany Sartor. And finally, I've started a conversation with others about what kind of new food company we could create that reflects the ethics and values that support equity, justice, community, and animal welfare. As for product ideas, I have a few in mind. Thank you, everyone. I love you all. Oh, and while I still have everyone's attention, for cheap entertainment and recipes, check out my YouTube channel. I've also reached out to GoFundMe about getting the refund process started for everyone who donated to her GoFundMe.
That's great.
So, yeah, we're really sorry to hear she didn't win the bid.
Sure are.
It could be, who knows, it could be a mixed blessing for her.
Yeah, it's hard to say. But
Yeah.
One thing I'm absolutely certain about is that, Miyoko will continue to be the absolutely fantastic advocate both for animal welfare and equitable food systems that she has been from the beginning. And I look forward to seeing what's next from her.
Yeah, and we've said before, we don't buy Miyoko's products, Miyoko's Creamery products anymore. No. Haven't since they ousted her. And you can make that choice on your own, whether or not you want to support whoever is going. We don't know yet who's going to be running that company and what they're going to do with it. But they definitely don't have the ethics, and they're definitely not looking out for animals the way Miyoko's was when she ran the company. So do with that what you want, right?
Indeed.
Yeah. Sorry, Miyoko's. We were really rooting for you. Let's move on to our main topic.
This week, we're taking a look at a recent study from Bryant Research that tackles the hidden toll of slaughter on farmers' mental health. UK farmers have faced mounting pressures in recent years, with policy changes, payment losses, and general uncertainty being layered onto a job that is demanding even in the best of times. In addition, a staggering 90% of young farmers cite mental health as the biggest hidden danger facing UK farming today. While efforts to encourage open dialogue and address this topic are promising, more is needed to understand the issue's complexity. Now, while this particular study is focused on UK farmers, there is no doubt in my mind that this would pertain to farmers in the animal agriculture industry in any part of the world.
Yeah, everywhere.
One element of farmers' mental health we were interested in exploring was the emotional impact of sending animals to slaughter. This seemed especially salient amidst growing concerns over a general rise in industrial and concentrated animal agriculture. In collaboration with Stock Free Farming, we set out to explore the potential toll of sending animals to slaughter on farmers' mental health alongside related topics. Using empirical methods, we investigated farmers' firsthand experiences and perceptions and contextualized these using concepts from moral philosophy and applied ethics. Our approach, from data collection to analysis to reporting, hinged on keeping farmers' voices central in the conversation. This study ran an online survey with 287 UK participants who currently or previously worked in agriculture or related fields, 115 of whom were current or former livestock farmers. Due to the sensitive nature of the subject, participants were signposted at the end of the survey to relevant mental health resources, including farming-specific support organizations where available. The survey included a number of multiple-choice questions, as well as one fully optional open-ended question where participants could anonymously share their experiences with emotional suppression, poor mental health, and sending animals to slaughter. We received a higher-than-expected volume of responses to this question. These thoughtful responses provide a personal and farmer-centered tone to the study, allowing for richer, contextual insights. The key findings of the study determined that the hidden cost of livestock farming is widely felt. 49% of respondents agree that sending their animals to slaughter is a horrible day. 45% say they sometimes suppress feelings of compassion toward their animals, and 26% of respondents surveyed agreed that raising animals to be killed has negatively impacted their mental health. It's also showing that there may be a culture of silence around these difficulties.
Yeah, most definitely.
They had farmers rate their own agreement with a number of quotes from fellow livestock farmers to better understand the array of complex feelings related to sending animals to slaughter.
The results of these are really, really interesting.
Yes. So, for example, a statement like, "It's what we do." 25% of respondents strongly agreed with that statement. 65% agreed, and only a total of 10% either felt ambivalent towards that question or disagreed to some degree.
Yeah.
What I really think is interesting is that there are certain questions or certain phrases like, for example, "I'm happy as it's money in the bank." Only 37% of respondents agreed with that, which to me indicates that there is a feeling of, okay, yes, this is a sustainable living. This is paying my bills. This is paying my mortgage, but I can't say I'm happy with this.
Right. Yeah. And only 6% out of that 37 strongly agreed that it was about the money.
That's right. A full 38% felt ambivalent about that statement, and 24% disagreed with it to some degree.
Yeah.
There's also an interesting balance, of farmers saying, "I get really upset every time they go away," meaning the animals. 35% of farmers agreed that they get really upset when they see their animals sent to slaughter.
Yeah.
Or again, about 34% agree that they have to fight with their conscience to continue to do this. So it's really very, very interesting. The study then had farmers estimate the extent to which fellow livestock farmers would agree with each quote. Farmers surveyed consistently underestimated the percentage of fellow farmers who experienced difficult feelings around sending animals to slaughter. Farmers surveyed overestimated by 74% the number of farmers agreeing with the statement, "I'm happy as it's money in the bank," when it comes to sending animals to slaughter. And this is something that I think is really important to talk about because it is easy, I think, for those of us who are not supporting the animal agriculture industry in any way to think of people who are in animal agriculture as being heartless or being
villainous
in some way. And to be completely honest, that's often not the case.
Right.
These are people who are perhaps in inherited farming situations.
Sure.
They're carrying on a family legacy that perhaps they don't 100% agree with, but in a way they're stuck.
Yeah.
Because to transition out of that kind of income-bearing business would be phenomenally challenging.
Yeah.
And this is also shown in the study that there is an appetite for diversification if it were financially viable.
Yeah.
63% of livestock farmers said they would consider decreasing the number of animals on their farms if there were other viable options that could bring in equal or higher income.
Yeah.
And 70% of farmers surveyed agreed that they would support government efforts to provide farmers capital to invest in non-livestock related activities.
Yeah. Those are really encouraging numbers, I think.
Really encouraging numbers.
Yeah.
And so I think this kind of ties into what we were talking about a couple of episodes ago, I want to say, with animal testing.
Right.
How we, of course, support the idea of eradicating animal testing in its entirety, but we also acknowledge that that will take time and that there needs to be a period of transition where there is a new plan in place, and that plan can be proven to be sustainable and compassionate and ethical.
Yeah, I mean, we have to be realistic about things, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, we can't just, sure, we want to say, let's just abolish all these things, but it's not reality-based for that to happen.
No, not at all. And so I also fully support the idea of farmers who are currently in the animal agriculture industry transitioning to plant-based food sources. I think that would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
But also acknowledging that they very well would need assistance to do that.
Right. So instead of subsidizing farmers to continue to grow things like corn and things that are meant for feed for animals, why not give them that same amount of money to help them transition to, mushroom farming or some other sort of produce farming that would help them phase out the animal side of their operations.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you see those numbers at, 63 and 70% of farmers really would be willing to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That they're willing to get out of the business of farming animals.
Right. So, I mean, and I do think that it's always a good thing to remember that in many situations, it's not just the animals that are trapped in this system.
Right.
Humans are trapped in this system as well, whether as the farmers or as those who work in slaughterhouses or, because they are tied to it as their primary source of income.
Yeah. And I know a lot of vegans just, look at farmers as the enemy. And that they're just animal torturers and that we shouldn't have compassion for them. But we certainly don't feel that way.
No, we do not.
feel like they are victims of a system that has been, industrialized and that they're just on this wheel and they can't get off.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine, just thinking about the mental health toll, I don't think there's any way. I would imagine that even the farmers who, didn't fess to mental health issues.
And I think that that's reflected in the fact that they completely either underestimated or overestimated other farmers' responses to those questions because there is, they have to maintain a certain persona about what they do.
That the idea that they are emotionally or psychologically challenged by the work that they do, there would be kind of a stigma associated with that.
Yeah. That they have to, be stoic about it and not admit that it affects them in any way.
Mm-hmm.
So, because of the culture.
Yeah. So I really appreciate this study and kind of giving us a more complete picture.
Yeah. 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 And we'll link to it in the show notes if you want to take a look at the study for yourself, because there's some really interesting stuff in there. Let's move on now to our assignment restaurant, SOS.
This week, we are looking at Not Ya Mama's Vegan Cafe.
Yeah, don't you love that?
I love that. It is located at 7 Church Street, Suite 139 in Salem, Massachusetts.
Yes, witchy Salem.
Mm-hmm. As a small family-owned business, Not Ya Mama's Vegan Cafe is driven by a heartfelt purpose to serve soulful, plant-based comfort food that nourishes body and spirit to Salem, Massachusetts, and beyond. Their cozy cafe is a labor of love where every dish is crafted with care and passion, reflecting their commitment to quality and flavor.
Yeah, and I also want to say that they are huge advocates for the LGBTQ community and employ several LGBTQ people in their restaurant, which we totally appreciate.
Absolutely.
So let's look at their menu.
Okay, first of all, you're going to be very, very happy with some of these breakfast sandwiches.
I'm always happy with a breakfast sandwich.
Well, because I'm seeing both their sausage, egg, and cheese
Yeah.
and their bacon, egg, and cheese,
Right.
which have not only, an egg and cheese and the meat replacer as mentioned in the title, but they put hash browns on their breakfast sandwiches.
That always takes a breakfast sandwich or a breakfast burrito just over the top.
to the next level. Those
Yeah.
kind of crunchy, salty potatoes.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
So good.
Amazing. And yes, this is most definitely comfort food. So we're looking at, a steak hoagie, BLT, breakfast sandwiches, a buffalo chicken sandwich, a good breakfast burrito, a Reuben. See?
Yeah.
Now you would be hard pressed because there is both
Breakfast sandwiches,
and a Reuben.
I might have to get the breakfast sandwich and then order a Reuben and take it home and have it for lunch.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Yep. Yep.
What is the MVD bar?
I don't know. But I do really love that the beverages that they're serving are very witchy themed.
Oh, I think it's a mushroom that you can buy mushrooms.
Oh, okay. So they're selling stone mushrooms and wooden mushrooms, acorn bells. Oh, that's lovely.
Oh,
but
and
then
then
they have beverages like
Yeah.
a nightshade chai and a courage spell jar, pumpkin spice lion's mane latte, Salem's tonic. Yeah. So these are beverages.
Yeah. They have tons of beverages.
Yeah, they do. Lots of coffee drinks.
Ooh, they have a Salem fog, which I'm assuming is a London fog.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Earl Grey tea, steamed plant milk, and lavender syrup.
Oh, lovely.
Sounds
Ooh,
good.
they also have a butter pecan chai.
Wow.
That sounds fantastic. I love that. Absolutely love that. But oh my gosh, so many beautiful things. Their sandwiches.
Yeah, it's a really great menu.
It really is.
Yeah. And they also have lunch stuff. They have wraps like buffalo chicken Caesar wrap, turkey bacon avocado wrap.
Yep, got some nice salad choices. And they've got stuff for kids as well, some appetizers and sides. They've got a beautiful looking mac and cheese, a gorgeous chili, and they have spicy dill pickle chips.
Oh, yum.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, so Nacha Mama's Vegan Cafe.
Yeah, this looks fantastic. And of
It
course,
does.
desserts as well, cookies. They've got a chocolate croissant, a magic bar, a Fostess cupcake, a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. Yeah, I'm there. A coffee ice cream sandwich.
Oh,
Hello.
that sounds good.
Yes.
I love coffee
Yeah,
ice cream.
some really beautiful. Ooh, a gluten-free black raspberry ice cream sandwich.
Okay. I'll
I'm
have that.
there.
I think I'll have the coffee one first, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. But yeah, just really, really beautiful comfort food.
Yeah.
And, I've been wanting to go to Salem for quite some time.
I've never been. I think I've been through Salem, but I don't think I've ever spent any time there.
Yeah, we have to actually go
Yeah.
to Salem. I
Yeah.
think that would be a great trip.
Yeah. Sam used to actually live in Massachusetts.
I did
so-
live in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
not in Salem. I lived
No.
on the other side of the state,
Yeah.
in Northampton. But yeah, Salem is pretty awesome, and I think we should go one of these days and check out Not Your Mama's.
Yeah, I would love to. And if you've been to Not Your Mama's Vegan Cafe, please send us a picture of your food and let us know what you got and what you thought of it. We'll enter you in to win a gift card in our vegan dinner winner contest. It's time for our favorite portion of the show.
Must be listener shout out time.
It's listener shout out.
Just want to give a shout out to all my fans watching. I love you guys. I love you.
This week's shout out goes to Victoria Robinson, who is a recent subscriber to our YouTube channel. Thanks for subscribing, Victoria.
Yeah, thanks for subscribing. And please send us your t-shirt size and address so we can send you a Compassion and Cucumbers swag bag. You can text us using the link in our show notes. You can email us at compassionandcucumbers@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram or Facebook.
And for the rest of you out there, if you want a listener shout out, please text, email, or DM us. Let us know what you think of the show and tell us a little bit about yourself. You can also always nominate someone else for a shout out.
You can. Well, it's that time. That's right. You have just spent, 40 some odd minutes listening to us ramble on, but it's time to wrap it up. But before we go, please don't forget to subscribe to our show and leave a review on your favorite podcast app and subscribe to our YouTube. Also, be sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for updates about the show, pictures of all the vegan food we find or make. And if you want to get news about upcoming episodes, you can do that by subscribing to our weekly newsletter at our website, which is compassionandcucumbers.com.
And with that, it's time to sign off. You have just listened to episode 207 of the Compassion and Cucumbers podcast, and there's nothing left to say but where cukes and compassion are always the fashion. On the podcast.
Thanks, James.
Have a great week, everyone.
We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
We love you.
We do. Bye-bye.
The end.
If you'd like to support the Compassion and Cucumbers podcast, well, you can do that by hopping on over to our Patreon page and becoming a patron. We have all the recipes from our vegan kitchen series up there, and we'll be adding some patron-only episodes in the near future. So thank you for supporting us at whatever level that you choose, and thank you again for listening to Compassion and Cucumbers podcast.